Welcome to Crash Course video on the Ottoman Empire featuring Sophia, Danielle, and me. So, let's start with the basics. The Ottoman Empire didn't start as a giant superpower. It began as small Turkic warrior groups living in the Anatolian region of modern-day Turkey. Before empire building, they lived by nomadic pastoralism, which means herding animals and moving wherever water or grass appeared.
So basically the original version of we go where our phones work, except replace phone with grass. And before unifying, these groups were independent principalities with their own leaders and their old religion, which was Tengrism, worshipping a sky god.
To expand, the Ottomans used strategy, timing, and most importantly, gunpowder, going into Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa. Constantinople, a large city, had walls that were extremely strong, moats, double walls, and terraces.
Sultan Murad II tried to conquer it and failed.
But his son, Mehmed II, rolled up with massive cannons and said, "Let's make some renovations." Spoiler, the walls did not survive. The city later became the Ottomans' capital city.
After taking Constantinople in 1453, the Ottomans expanded through Southeastern Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa. Their motivations were trade routes like the Silk Road, defensive borders, and spreading Islam while reducing Christian influence.
Once they had a huge empire, they strengthened control with a strong army, effective administration, and centralized rule. They also used religion for legitimacy, claiming the title of caliph, using Islamic law and presenting themselves as defenders of the faith.
They used the Devshirme system, taking boys from conquered areas, converting them to Islam, and training them as administrators or elite soldiers.
And they built a massive bureaucracy, professional military, appointed provincial officers, and created a complex system of taxation, all essential for keeping a huge empire working. The empire was incredibly diverse. Sunni Islam, Shia Islam, Alevi beliefs, Sufism, and many non-Muslim communities.
These belief systems often supported Sultan, but at times certain groups resisted, especially when foreign powers or new ideologies got involved. Imagine trying to run an empire where everyone has different beliefs. It's like trying to decide where to eat with your friends. Nobody agrees, and someone always threatens to leave.
Eventually, new movements, nationalism, secularism, reformist Islam, Zionism, Protestant missions, and Baha'is faith shifted loyalty away from the sultans. So, what brought down this giant empire? Wars, invasions, World War I, and diseases like the bubonic plague and Spanish flu.
Peasant upsprings, inflation, heavy taxes, famine, and widespread migration. By the early 1900s, the empire was too weak to survive, and World War I delivered the final blow, and the empire collapsed.
And that's the rise and fall of the Ottoman Empire. Warriors, cannons, trade, religion, bureaucracy, and one very unlucky city.
They used the Devshirme system, taking boys from conquered areas. Sultan Murad II.
Once they had a huge empire, they strengthened control with a...
I'm gonna be blocking the camera. Turn them.